Bernie, really appreciate your time. Joe Biden himself said not to assume that he isn't corrupt. Have a listen to this clip from when he was a senator early on.
Senator Biden, it's nice to have you here. As the youngest member of the Senate, the one, therefore, who may expect the longest career there, I wonder if you'd say to us, since it's clear that you're not corrupt and you got elected, why should people think that the system produces corrupt results when there you are?
Well, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt, but thank you for that, though.
After saying we shouldn't presume he's not corrupt, he then goes on to say how the system corrupts everyone in there. You can't say we weren't warned about him, can you?
Well, Cory, that may have been the last time he told the truth. That is the simple fact of the matter. I mean, we have had in the United States two major crime families, if you like. We've had the Kennedys and we've had the Clintons, and we're going through an historic process of a third coming up, and that is the Bidens. And we've got Hunter Biden, as you say, he's a crackhead, most famous for bedding his dead brother's wife. Just got away with some extraordinary things over the years. He is worth, we are told, $330 million US. Now, he must be the richest drug addict in the world. This is just extraordinary. Now, he has made a fortune out of Ukraine. He's made a fortune out of China. And it was all done when his father was vice president. Surprise, surprise. And, of course, now he's making a killing while his old man's in the White House, in the Oval Office as well. So, you know, we have got some major issues here. And I think that, you know, Biden is not able to play a straight bat anymore because, of course, the Republicans now have the House. And they will be able to inquire into what's been happening. They'll be able to get hold of Hunter Biden's laptop. That really is very, very interesting, I believe. And I think we're going to see some real action on that front very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to the Republicans in a second, but I just want to go into these documents. The White House will tell you it was just a handful of documents and, you know, one or two locations. But have a listen to this from Fox News.
Every member of the Senate Intelligence Committee wants to see these documents. They say enough is enough, but the DNI said no. She just basically said no. And what we have here is a letter to Newt Gingrich, the former Speaker of the House, from the lawyers investigating this. And they are telling us that there's 1,850 boxes of the documents, enough to fill a tractor trailer, and the 415 gigabytes of electronic records. But the University of Delaware will not release who paid, who funded the archival and the maintenance of these documents. Was it Communist China?
Bernie, a truckload of documents about Russia, Ukraine, China, coincidentally found in Hunter's office, which he's renting from his father in allegedly a Chinese Communist Party funded warehouse or whatever it might be. This goes to the heart of the democratic system in America, doesn't it?
It does indeed, and it's a bit more than old Joe tried to tell us. You know, the boot of his Corvette. Far more than that. I mean, these are issues that, as you say, go to the very heart of the security of the United States. And let me tell you, if the security of the United States is undermined, our security is undermined. And there's no two ways about that. That's something that we all have to be acutely aware of. And it never ceases to amaze me when I raise these sorts of issues in a public forum and people say, oh, well, it's the US, it's got nothing to do with us. Well, it has a huge amount to do with us. And as I say, if the US security is undermined, our security is undermined. And if we got the son of the President of the United States dealing with potential enemies of ours, of the United States as well, then we've got real problems. We've got real issues. And these are things that have to be tackled. They have to be taken on. And I hope that's about to happen in the House, because if it doesn't, and this has been going on for, it would seem, quite some time, if that continues, the US is in a lot of trouble, a great deal of trouble, a lot more trouble than a balloon floating over the Midwest.
There's plenty to talk about with that balloon. But what do you make of this claim? I've heard two arguments about the Biden documents. One is that this has been orchestrated by Democrats to get rid of him and stop him running for another term. But there's an alternate theory that someone in the Biden family business has actually turned whistleblower to avoid being charged themselves. I fancy the second one, but is that wishful thinking?
Well, I think it may be, but anything's possible with the Biden family, because they have been, it would seem, they have been into everything up to their ears and beyond. So it may well be that somebody in the Biden monolith has decided that they're going to bail out, that they're going to blow the whistle, and they're going to protect their own tails as they leave. On the other hand, there's no doubt there are people in the Democratic Party who want old Joe to go. They've seen him wandering off from his security detail. They've seen him shaking hands with people who aren't there. They've seen him just saying things out loud that you just shouldn't say out loud. And they've even seen him, saved from wandering off stage, off the edge of the stage, that is, by his vice president. So there's a lot of people in America in the Democratic Party, I think, who are deeply concerned about the mental and physical health of President Biden. But at the same time, there are a lot of people in the Democratic Party who have a vested interest in keeping him there, because he's not running the show. Harris certainly isn't running the show. And I'd really love to know who is running the United States at the moment. Who is pulling the strings? Because as we've seen, Biden will sign anything that's put in front of him. He will say the first thing and everything that's put in front of him on an auto cue. And who is running the United States? Who is telling Biden what to do, when to do it, what to say? Who is doing that? Because we need to know. And the people of the US need to know, particularly in the lead up to the presidential election.
Yeah, but Bernie, particularly in the lead up to, or the escalating tensions that are going around the world, because no one seems to have an interest in de-escalation right now. It's all one way. Bernie Finn, thanks for joining me on Bernardi. We will do it again very, very soon.